How big do alocasia frydek get? Alocasia frydek can grow to be quite impressive. Mature plants can reach heights of 2 to 3 feet, with some stretching even taller under ideal conditions. The leaves themselves can grow up to 12 inches long and wide, creating a stunning tropical feel. How to care for alocasia frydek. Taking care of your alocasia frydek is all about keeping it happy in a little jungle paradise. Light, bright, indirect light is key. Too much direct sun can scorch the leaves. Water. Water when the top inch or two of soil dries out. Don't let it sit in soggy soil, but don't let it dry out completely either. Aim for consistently moist soil. Humidity. Alocasia frydek thrives in high humidity. You can use a humidifier, pebble tray, or group your plants together to raise the humidity level. Temperature. Warm temperatures between 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 80 degrees Fahrenheit are ideal. Soil. Well-draining, airy potting mix is essential. Aeroid mix or a mix with perlite added will work well. How to propagate alocasia frydek. Propagating your alocasia frydek is a fun way to add more to your collection. You can do it through division or stem cuttings. Division. If your frydek has multiple bulbs or pups, you can carefully divide them during repotting. Each section should have a healthy root system. Stem cuttings. Take a healthy stem with a few nodes, leaf bumps, and cut below a node. Dip the cut end in rooting hormone, optional, and plant it in a pot with moist, well-draining soil. Keep it warm and humid, and you should see new growth in a few weeks. Is alocasia frydek rare? Alocasia frydek isn't super rare, but it's not as common as some other houseplants. This, combined with its beautiful foliage, can make it a bit more desirable and potentially more expensive. Why is my alocasia frydek drooping? A drooping alocasia frydek can have a few causes. Underwatering. This is a common culprit. Check the soil moisture and water thoroughly if it's dry. Overwatering. Root rot can also cause drooping. If the soil is soggy and the leaves feel mushy, you may need to repot in fresh soil after removing any damaged roots. Lack of light. Alocasia frydek needs good indirect light. Move it to a brighter location if it's tucked away in a dark corner. Why is my alocasia frydek turning yellow? Yellowing leaves on your alocasia frydek could be due to a few things. Overwatering. Yellowing leaves at the base of the plant often indicate overwatering. Nutrient deficiency. A lack of fertilizer can cause yellowing leaves. A diluted dose of a balanced fertilizer during the growing season can help. Light issues. Too much direct sun or not enough light can also contribute to yellowing leaves. How to care for alocasia frydek variegated. Caring for a variegated alocasia frydek is very similar to caring for a regular one. The main difference is that variegated varieties may need slightly more light to maintain their variegation. How fast does alocasia frydek grow? The growth rate of your alocasia frydek will depend on factors like light, temperature, and humidity. In ideal conditions, it can put out a new leaf every few weeks. How often to water alocasia frydek? Watering frequency for your alocasia frydek will depend on the size of the plant, pot size, and climate. A good rule of thumb is to check the soil moisture regularly in water when the top inch or two of soil dries out. When to repot alocasia frydek. Repotting your alocasia frydek is necessary when it becomes root-bound. Signs of this include roots growing out of the drainage holes, the plant becoming top-heavy, or slow growth. Choose a pot only a couple of inches larger than the current one, and use a well-draining potting mix. Alocasia frydek versus Amazonica. My frydek is a total showstopper. Its velvety, deep green leaves boast these incredible white veins that look like they've been hand-painted. It's definitely a bit fussier than Alocasia amazonica, though. The frydek seems more sensitive to underwatering, throwing little tantrums by drooping its dramatic leaves. The amazonica, on the other hand, is a trooper. Its glossy, dark green leaves with lighter veins are stunning too, and it seems to forgive me more easily if I forget watering day. Alocasia frydek versus black velvet. This was a tough one. Both the frydek and black velvet have that velvety texture that just begs to be petted. Though resist the urge, it's not good for them. Alocasia black velvet, however, lives up to its name. Its leaves are this mesmerizing dark shade that adds a touch of drama to any room. The frydek's green, with its contrasting white veins, feels more playful. They both like their humidity high, but the black velvet seems even more sensitive to underwatering. Maybe a shade too dramatic for some, but I love the gothic vibes it brings. Alocasia frydek versus green velvet. Now this was an interesting comparison. Alocasia green velvet is like the frydek's chilled-out cousin. It has that same velvety texture, but the green is a more muted, almost olive shade. The veins are a subtle lighter green, giving it a more understated look. The frydek definitely makes a statement, while the green velvet whispers elegance. They both seem to have similar care needs, but the green velvet might be a touch more forgiving if you forget to water it on time. Alocasia frydek versus macrorrhiza. Let's just say the macrorrhiza is in a whole different league. This beast is like a living jungle painting. Its leaves are enormous, a vibrant green with prominent veins, and can grow up to several feet tall. It's definitely not for the faint of heart or small apartments. My frydek is a sweetheart on a table, but Alocasia macrorrhiza needs a whole corner, or even a sunroom, to truly thrive. Stunning, yes, but be prepared to give it some serious space.